hope whatever you're doing, well, I don't care if you're making it a better world or not, because believe it or not, I don't believe in you. I don't believe in you and your power to make it a better world. I'll give you an example. I saw on Facebook, Facebook. I've said there's some strange stuff on Facebook and some strange people. But they said the other day that there was a volcanic eruption in the bottom of the ocean, and it spit out a bunch of, I don't remember what they called it, but it was like volcanic lava material, rubble of some sort, and that it was floating around, and it was going to float down to somewhere where the Great Barrier Reef is. And I believe, if I understand it right, the Great Barrier Reef has been largely destroyed by pollution or something or another, and it was going to settle and it was going to recreate the Great Barrier Reef. Now you tell me there ain't a God when you hear something like that. And if you want to call God Mother Nature, tell me there ain't Mother Nature taking care of this world. We think that we're big enough to destroy something, but we ain't been able to destroy mosquitoes on this planet during the whole entire existence of man. We ain't been able to destroy poisonous snakes. We killed a lot of them, and as it turns out, some of that poison might be good for something. I'll give you a good example. My wife had arthritis in her hand, and we was in Georgia a while back, and she felt something on her head. She reached her hand back and got stung by a wasp on her hand on that spot where she had arthritis. That arthritis was cured by that sting. Now that was poison that was stuck into her by a wasp, and yet it cured her arthritis. She put a ring on there last night. We were sitting on the couch. She got this little ring made out of a couple of dolphins, and she said, I used to not be able to wear this ring, but my finger's smaller than it used to be. And I said, that's where the wasp stung you. She said, yeah, it used to be an arthritic finger. I said, but she said, but it's all healed. It's healed. You just never know. You just never know. You just never know when something, I haven't heard a lot of preachers say this, and I kind of believe it. You just never know when something that the devil intends for bad, God can make into good. I'll just leave that right there. A lot of y'all are atheists and you don't believe in God, and that's fine. You know, you're right. You'll say, I don't believe in God. I just believe in being nice to people, and that's fine. You know, I think a lot of people's belief in God has less to do with God than it does with how they interpret God. I mean, God is not. You know, there is no. There is no, you know, we don't, even the Bible says we don't comprehend God. The Bible says we see through a glass darkly. And if you ever have looked through a piece of stained glass, you can't really see what's on the other side, but you can see there's something out there. And that's what, you know, the Bible says about the human existence. We don't know everything. We just think we know everything. I've known a lot of fundamental Baptist preachers that was absolutely sure that they knew everything. But nowadays, you know, a lot of that stuff has ruined the churches. People won't even go to church anymore because church has got a bad name because there's so many people standing up there bossing everybody around thinking they know everything and making a big mess out of it. Do you know, I'm getting a little bit too far into this, but I'm going to keep going. Do you know Jesus? I had a lady, actually somebody I'm kind of related to from Australia the other day, and she said, well, I don't go to church. I don't believe in church. I said, I don't either. I said, Jesus was killed by the church. And Jesus never called any of his followers from the church. Jesus would be walking around. He'd be on the beach somewhere. It'd be some fisherman. He'd say, follow me. Come hang out with me. He never went to the temple and looked around for the best, most religious guy there and said, hey, you know, you're pretty religious. You come follow me. Jesus never did that. Jesus hung out with tax collectors. He hung out with bad people. Jesus loved bad people. So where was I going with that? I don't know. I'm going to get back to work now. I'm going to stop. I think I'm going to stop talking. I can't guarantee it because sometimes I don't have control of what I say and do, but I think I'm going to stop talking now. But if I should lie it out and start talking again, just deal with it, okay? Just deal with it because there ain't no guarantees on this channel. You know, this is in the channel where it says, I guarantee you're going to be happy, and if you're not, I'm going to give you your money back. Well, I guess I could say that because I didn't give you no money to start with. But anyway.